I believe that some couples come to therapy, but in fact what they're asking is adult babysitting.
Do you have to have major problems in your relationship to seek couples therapy, or is it something that can help all couples?
Oh, you know what? This is my biggest word for that question. Prevention. If I could just hold up a sign to everybody, prevention works. Prevention is great. No, you do not have to have problems. You do not have to have problems. But guess what? If you are enjoying a wonderful relationship, you want to continue to enjoy a wonderful relationship. Prevention is key. And I think that maintenance is also a very, very, very important piece. And I think very often couples, families, individuals, we need maintenance. What's working, we want it to continue to work.
Yeah.
And we want to do more of the same thing that makes it work.
You know, I think it was the Gottman Institute that said the average couple takes 6 years or something like that to seek help for a problem. You know, my wife and I always like to talk about the idea of not having any dirty dishes in the sink. If you keep your sink clean, then you can keep growing and all of that, and you need tools to do that. And if you're not seeking help, how do you even know what to do about the problem? It's not going to fix itself.
Right. Because you'll do the same old. You'll only do what you know, and then you do more of it, and then that just creates more problems. I've always joked, I'm with you, big prevention, that we should have to have continuing education units to stay married, just like we all have to do to maintain our licenses.
I love that idea.
And you know, because there are real relationship skills that we can learn, especially at those transition points. When we first form a marriage or committed relationship, when we introduce children, when children are teenagers, when children leave the home, maybe when, you know, around the death of a parent. I mean, if we move, there are these nodules that create stress in a relationship that if we can have the skills for, we can ride those waves in a much easier way.
I may come at this one a little bit differently. I think it can help maybe everybody to have premarital counseling, because marriage is such a big step and you can just go do it. And I think even the most clear and grounded of couples can gain something by working with someone, whether it's through their place of worship or a therapist that's trained not through a place of worship. There's something they can gain from it. And yet, I'll just put out there that maybe if you're wondering about this, you could have fun reading the book No Cheating, No Dying. Do you know about this book? Have you heard about it? It's Liz Weil. She writes for the New York Times, and she and her husband are writers, and very happy and very good writers. And she says, you know, our kids reached a certain stage and I realized I'm so focused on them, I do so much for my career. What would happen if I put that effort in my marriage? And she describes, the reason for the title is that she says, so far we've had this approach, don't cheat on me, don't die on me, we're good. It's all good. And she and her husband, in maybe an anthropological way, seek out therapy from different schools of psychology and write about what it's like.
I go in both directions. I think often for some people before prevention and all of that is important. I also think it is the hardest form of therapy. It is sometimes the most useless form of therapy. I believe that some couples come to therapy, but in fact what they're asking is adult babysitting. Accompany me till the children grow up, and they have no intention of fundamentally changing things. A lot of people need something. It's not always clear if what they need is couples therapy. Maybe sometimes they need a year apart from each other. Maybe sometimes they need each to have a good friend, whatever. But it's at the same time a very important field and a very important place for lots of people to turn to, which never existed before. But I also think we have to caution that couples therapists don't become the new priests who know what's right, who know what is the way to live, who have the moral code, who decide what people should do, and who become the arbiters of marriage and divorce. So it's a field that is young and that is in full development, and it touches the most important subjects of human life, and science doesn't answer that.
So we're intentional about our work, we're intentional about our health, we go to the gym, but why don't we go to the gym for our relationships? Because there's plenty of great resources, plenty of great tools in which we can become stronger and grow and learn together. I love that.